Good afternoon. Welcome to Canning with Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today here on my channel. Um, I'm very excited to have you outside. Man, I love the fall. I know some areas of the country don't really get the fall weather, but oh my gosh, I love it. I love the crisp, cool weather. I love the changing of the leaves. I love the falling of the leaves. I love going and seeing all the beautiful flowers that pop up. It just makes me happy. I love the cooler mornings and the cooler days, sweater weather, jeans, all the things of fall. It's my happy time. Love it. So today we took the kids out trick-or-treating. Just decided to do it this weekend instead of this week. So that was a lot of fun to take the kids out trick-or-treating. And it was beautiful fall weather, sunny, wonderful. And so it's been a good day so far. But of course, there are things that are on my mind that I just really wanted to share with you, just to kind of get people thinking a little bit, especially as the seasons of the year are changing. So are the seasons of our country, and some things have again been just on my heart, and I wanted to throw them out there and give you some food for thought. So I am a very strong advocate for our Second Amendment rights. I know that can sometimes be a pretty touchy subject, but it is something that our founding fathers believed in for a reason. And it's not a horrible amendment. It's not this terrible thing that they put in there for violence. It's for protection. It's so that we as American citizens can protect ourselves from whatever might be out there. And I am a very strong supporter of that right. And in the wake of what is going on in our world right now, I think that it would be a very, how do I put this? A very wise move on American citizens above the age of 18 to look into getting their own tools that would help them to protect themselves. Now let me be very, very clear that these tools need to be taught how to be used, and the tools are not meant to be used by somebody who's never used it before and has no inclination to get training. It is extremely important to get proper training when you are using certain tools. We do not need people walking out around anybody if a situation were to arise where a tool might need to be used and the person who has that specific tool has no training on how or when to use it, and it can turn into an extremely dangerous situation extremely quickly. So yes, I do advocate for the Second Amendment. Yes, I do advocate very strongly in having specific tools in order to protect yourself and those around you. I do not advocate for improper use. I do not advocate for illegal use, and I absolutely say that you must have proper training. And I do not mean proper training as in one 8-hour class. I mean proper training as in going with teachers who have extreme knowledge and background on the subject and can properly train you on how to use your specific tool. Okay, so that being said, I encourage everybody who is a citizen above the age of 18 to look into that, especially you mamas out there who are around your children all day, every day. I cannot imagine me being in a situation where I would need to protect my children and not having the ability to do so. That is absolutely one of the most terrifying thoughts that I have considered. And so for me and my family, it is extremely important for us to have proper training and to know how to use our tools and to have them with us, just to be able to protect our family and our loved ones and even those around us who might need protection given any unfortunate situations. So that's my first thing. Okay, I know that that can be extremely controversial. I'm not here to discuss it. I'm not here to debate it. It was in our Constitution, and that's it. That's it. So it's my channel. I get to say what I want. You don't have to agree with me, and that's okay. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, but I do believe that what I have to say is valid and it is important. The other thing is that that has been on my mind a lot because of what has been going on in Israel and in Gaza. Another controversial subject, I know. I do not advocate for war at all, but I am a realist, and I don't think I used to be, but as I've gotten older, you can see how old I am. I'm getting my white hair. As I've gotten older, I have come to be more of a realist, and I don't want to be somebody who is burying their head in the sand hoping that certain situations disappear or go away, or maybe if we just ignore certain situations, they'll not be real. And that is absolutely not the case, and I believe that that is one of the absolute worst things you can do, is try to ignore it or try to talk it away. It's not going away. In fact, it's getting worse. And now the US is getting involved, and we're sending soldiers over there, and it's upsetting to me. They're talking about the draft again. Luckily, I don't have any kids that are old enough at the moment to be drafted, but I know many, many, many mamas and daddies out there have children who are old enough to be drafted, and that has got to be terrifying. And I know that many other spouses have their own service members who may also be sent over, or who have already been sent over into a war that I don't know. It is what it is. It is there, and it's happening, and it's awful, and thousands of people are dying, and it's terrible, but it is where we are. And I believe, I don't know if our government will actually admit that we are a part of the war at any point, because our government cannot tell the truth about anything. And so whether we are officially or not, the reality of the situation is that we are. And that being said, because of the way that this war is starting or escalating, it is very possible that this can turn into World War III. And as the United States, we ourselves have not had a war on our soil in quite some time. And we have children, and I mean, myself, I have no experience with that, and I thank God for that. But at the same time, it's very possible that we might start to experience fighting on our side, and I believe that we will. I believe that we will very soon, much sooner than we could ever anticipate. A lot of the reason is because we have so many illegal immigrants from all over the world coming over, and we have no idea who they are. We have no idea where they are at the moment, and we don't know what their intentions are. And I do know that many of them are military-aged young men who came over by themselves. They did not come with families. They did not come with children. What is their purpose here? If they're coming from China and Iran and any of those places that hate the United States, why are they here? And so I think that it's a very good possibility that we already have military militia in our borders without knowing who they are or where they are. And I think that there's a reason that they were sent here. And it's not something that is going to be positive for us, which again is why I very much advocate for you being able to protect yourself and your children and your loved ones, because God only knows that they're going to be having the same tools, and they're not going to care how they use them or to what end they are being used. They have one mission and one mission only. And so you need to be able to counteract that. And again, with proper training, you can do that at a moment's notice. So, unfortunately, there have been many loud voices who disagree with me. The only thing is that they have no idea what they're saying. They don't understand what they're saying and how it's going to affect us in the very near future. Which is unfortunate, because they think that they are supporting a cause that means freedom, and it's the complete opposite. It is devastating what their words are going to do and what their words already have done for the people who have already experienced violence on college campuses and in cities because of their religion or because of their race. Here in the United States, I think it says something about where this is heading. And I don't think that it's something that we can ignore. And if you do ignore it, shame on you. That it is what it is. Shame on you for ignoring something like this. You need to prepare yourselves, and you need to prepare your children, and you need to face the reality of where this country is heading, and get ready. Get ready. So I do food preservation on my channel. So clearly I advocate for preparation of some sort, right? Now I'm advocating for preparation of all kinds. Prepare your home. Make sure, especially as we're going into winter, I mean, should something happen and we are stuck in our homes, excuse me, for an extended period of time, are you able to provide for your family? Do you have enough food? Do you have enough toilet paper, right? Like in a few years back, everybody was racing for toilet paper because they did not have enough. And then all of a sudden there was none to be had. So do you have that kind of stuff? Do you have basic necessities? Do you have water? Do you have a form of heat that is reliable? Because with all of this grid going down, things that have been happening all over the country all year, what would happen if the grid went down or you lost electricity during the middle of the winter? Would you be able to keep yourselves warm? Would you be able to cook? Would you be able to have some type of light? All of those things you need to think about. Would you be warm? Do you have enough blankets? Do you have enough warm clothes, hats, gloves, scarves, jackets, socks, whatever your area of the country looks like in the winter? Do you have things to help you get through, just in case something happens and you end up needing to stay inside your home for an extended period of time? And just keep your eyes and your ears open. Don't go into places where it could be kind of sketchy. Especially, don't take your kids, for sure. Make sure that you have a way to get home if something were to happen. I mean, just think about Israel, and all these people were going about their days like nothing was going to happen. They had no idea that they were going to all of a sudden be attacked in such a way. Do you have a way to get home? Do you have a way to get out if you need to? Do you have a place to go? Do you have a way to communicate with your family should you be separated? And I know that all of this stuff sounds crazy, but again, it's reality, okay? It is what is going on in countries all around us. We are not exempt from that, especially when our government is as weak as it is. Countries do not fear us anymore. We are the laughingstock of the world at the moment, and who can blame them, right? I mean, our president, come on, right? So we are not exempt from this. We are not all the way protected from this. There is a good possibility that this is going to end up coming to our borders, coming to our land. And I think that we need to be ready. This is something that you need to discuss with those around you. Don't ignore it, please. And if you have not heard of any of this stuff, you need to find out. I mean, don't take my word for anything like this. Go and check it out, but don't look at one source, okay? Because one source can be biased. But look for actual news. There's so many places on YouTube that can give you actual news that you can trust, that is not mainstream news or mainstream media. They're biased and they're going to lie to you to fit their purposes, to fit their agenda, to fit their political bias, whatever it may be. You need to find independent sources and then take it from there. But this is where we are, and it's time to wake up, and it's time to admit it, and it's time to do something about it. If we just sit on our butts all day, there's no good that can come from this. The only thing that can come from this is that you are caught unawares and unprepared, and very disastrous consequences can happen. So if your spouse or if your loved ones are not on board, that's okay. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult for you, but still get prepared yourself. People may tell you that you are crazy, and that's okay. They can tell you that. It's just a word. It doesn't mean that you are. It means that when things happen, you'll be okay. You'll be ready. The other people who laughed at you and called you crazy and ridiculous and a conspiracy theorist and doomsday prepper and what have you, they're going to be the ones knocking on your door. And unfortunately, you're going to have to turn them away. I mean, we are looking to take care of our own family, right? Like, we don't have the ability to take care of everybody who comes knocking on our door. And that being said, there are going to be people who are knocking on your door with nefarious purposes. Can you protect your home? if nothing else, protect your home. You know, that's your castle. That's where you should be safe. So make sure that you can be safe. And yeah, just don't keep your head buried in the sand, please. And start speaking out. We need to get louder than those people who are tearing our country apart. I know that not all of the Americans in this country are as horrible as they say we are. So we need to speak up, and we need to speak out, and we need to be loud. We cannot allow this country to continue going the way it is. I mean, maybe it's too late, you know, it might be, but it can't hurt to try. And it's just, you need to get ready. And yeah, so enjoy the fall. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me outside on this beautiful fall day. It's getting a little chilly, so I'm going to go back inside and start dinner. But I just wanted to talk about this, you know, give you some food for thought, and maybe if this is right up your alley, maybe you can start a chat or share your ways of getting ready, share your thoughts, and just keep building community. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna get out there and go start dinner, but I hope that you have a wonderful evening, and please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. All right.